Oh, it came out of the well. Huh. Yup, right underneath the cemetery. Alright. You know, that scorpion cave is around here somewhere, according to the biologist. Maybe I passed it when I was going to, Plix Cave or something. I should take a look around and check it out. Oh, I think that might be it. He said it was on an island. Oh wait, here's a way down. Ooh, fridge. Wonder if there's anything good. Nope, just beer. Ah, shit. Cat eye wore off. At least I can get to this island. Well, that boat's done for. But this is the cave. Oh shit. That Punga Scorpion is huge. Oh shit, there are more smaller ones. Better be careful. They seem pretty oblivious. Oh, this must be one of the biologist's logs.
Today I am inside the Punga Scorpions nesting area. I can't believe that I actually found this place. There's such a multitude of groundbreaking discoveries here that I hardly know where to start. First and foremost, the geological formation of the sea cave is something of a marvel. Initial measurements indicate that at least 50% of its principal ground mass is below sea level. Yet, save for a few pools and waterspouts, the place is nearly dry. What are the chances of a naturally occurring architectural phenomenon such as this to exist? I'd wager that there's not a geologist or architect worth his salt on the planet that wouldn't gladly surrender his life savings to examine this cave. Secondly, the scorpions. The reason I came to this marshy place was to document the curious scorpions that were indigenous to this region. I expected to find a few subspecies, perhaps with a few mildly interesting characteristics that might be worth another bullet point on the curriculum vitae with a half page of published ink in a Scientific American sidebar article. The scorpions, I could fill an entire book, and likely I shall, with the physiology, adaptations, and behavior of these marvelous creatures. In fact, Curious. What's that noise? I'll leave this log for now and investigate. It wouldn't do to have someone encroaching upon my discoveries. I'll continue this entry, time permitting.
Oh, well, I hope I find another log. I hope he was okay. Oh, shit. You don't bother me, and I won't bother you. There's another log.
I've made quite a discovery. The Punga Scorpions appear to exhibit a symbiotic relationship with the Punga plant that goes beyond merely protecting them for use as a food source. They've apparently braved the dangerous waters around this rocky coast to build a nest here. The fact that enough of them survived the crossing to this island is remarkable itself. The revelation that they've established a veritable Punga farm is likely to be the scientific discovery of the decade. This may well be my ticket to guaranteed tenure status. I've not yet discovered the mechanism by which they've brought the seeds of the Punga plant here. The pedipalps of the scorpions do not appear to be capable of making the delicate movements necessary to hold the Punga seeds without crushing them. Even if they were able to accomplish this feat, they would not be able to cross the waters while holding the seeds with their pedipalps. More research is needed. This is turning into the most fascinating research area I've ever seen.
I mean, it's possible that Punga Fruit itself was already growing in the cave? Perhaps they just ate the seeds and then shit them out after they crossed the water. Oh, a quantum! Okay, so that note was definitely written on the day the bombs fell. Oh no, I'm trapped behind these two scorpions. Fuck. Run! Oh, okay, they aren't very observant. I assume after living in such a dirt cave for a long time that probably can't see very well. Another log.
I've discovered the method by which the scorpions transport the Punga seeds. The process is fascinating and borders on the highest level brain functioning of any terrestrial invertebrate yet recorded. The process requires at least 2 scorpions. One scorpion will grind up fallen Punga leaves into a paste with its mandibles. The leaves produce a mild adhesive when mixed with the saliva of the scorpions. The scorpion then applies this mixture using its pedipalps to the dorsal side of the carapace of another scorpion. Using a delicate scooping motion, the scorpion then flips Punga seeds and seed pods onto the adhesive-coated areas. The procedure is then repeated by the other scorpion until both scorpions are laden with adhered seeds. This allows the scorpions to cross the channel. The salt water appears to slowly break down the adhesive. Once they are back inside the cave, the seeds can be readily removed and planted. Scorpions appear to have cognizance of the photoheterotrophic needs of the Punga plants. They seem to favor areas with natural sunlight. On one occasion, I observed a scorpion drag a deceased rat into a planting area, crush it into paste, and mix the resulting organic matter into the soil where the seeds were planted. Astonishing, what drives these scorpions to engage in such a complex process. I've yet to see them utilize the Punga as a food source. They must derive some other benefit from the relationship that I've not discovered yet.
Oh, this is because of what, Quincy, that Punga Fruit doctor said. The Punga Fruit acts as a stimulant. These scorpions might actually be capable of a lot more creative thinking than most scorpions are. Oh my god, I jumped right over them. Oh, another log. Oh. Oh, shit.
The aggressive nature of the poisonous, or rather venomous, Punga Scorpion is not something to be taken lightly. Prior to today, I'd stay as far away from the scorpions while setting up my research areas. Today, I ventured too close to a patch of Punga plants, and received a valuable lesson on the dangers of such an endeavor. One of the scorpions made a rattling hiss and immediately turned in my direction. I fled, but it followed me, moving more rapidly than I expected. Then I felt the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. The scorpion lashed out with its tail and stung me on the back of my left leg. I nearly blacked out from the pain, but maintained my grip on consciousness long enough to deal a fatal blow to the beast with a shovel. If I hadn't landed that lucky strike on its head, my body would likely be fertilizing the Punga plants now. Several hours passed before my strength returned so that I could rise again. I spent 3 days recuperating at my house. It was nearly a day before the pain subsided.
Oh, so that quantum must have been put in there at a later time.
Some good did come of the painful experience. I took the scorpion's poison gland with me and was able to make some observations about the neurotoxin. I've recorded these observations on my lab computer.
Well, damn, now I gotta find this guy's computer. Maybe I'll be able to find the key somewhere in here to his house. Oh, what the fuck? That's a huge Punga plant. Not quite the mother Punga, but still. Well, there's another log.
You fill the sample jar with Punga gas.
Oh, I can capture some of the gas with this jar. Now let me read that log.
Just when I think that this cave can hold no more surprises, I stumble across the Punga plant in this cave. It's enormous, easily 5 times the size of any Punga plant I've yet discovered. What's more, there's some sort of miasma surrounding it. Whether from the rather pungent detritus serving as a nutrient base or the bubbling muck that pervades this chamber is uncertain. Cautious preliminary analysis reveals that this Punga gas may not be toxic. I need to take a sample of it and bring it back to the lab to be sure, but it appears to consist primarily of harmless byproducts of the Punga plant's remarkable metabolic cycles. The Punga scorpions in this area seem to be especially territorial, so I'll need to step lightly and exercise caution not to disturb them.
Well, great. I'll take the sample with me and check out what the gas made out of myself. Oh, another one of those colorful Punga Fruit. Oh, a key and another note.
I've discovered a most unusual mutated Punga fruit. When I finish this symbiosis entry, I'll take it back to my laboratory to document its composition. After many weeks of research, I have come to the conclusion that the symbiotic relationship is not in fact a commensal one, as I originally believed. The scorpions are receiving a benefit from the Punga plants, and a most unusual one. I still am somewhat in shock at the complex interactions between these two species. I'll detail the exact nature of these interactions at my terminal. I prefer to keep this information in a secure location. Speaking of security, I believe that I may have to start locking up all of my equipment. Twice now I've spied some of the residents of this area snooping around the cave entrance. Reluctant though I am to do so, I may have to acquire a firearm for protection as well. The one that was here yesterday had a shotgun and was prowling through the cave. At first I thought to confront him and demand that he leave the research area, but something about the look in his eyes made me think better of it. I drag the single container with the lock that I have over to the site of principal interest. I imagine the fumes will keep most unwanted visitors away anyway, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
Oh, that must be an ancestor to some of the swamp folk. Probably didn't take kindly to some of the academic types coming into this region. Oh, this one was locked. I got the key, though. Oh, this must be the key to his house. Great, I found it.
I'm experiencing some fairly serious gas issues. Note to self, reword that first sentence, time permitting. There's a large area that I am unable to explore and document because of a persistent wall of noxious vapors. I've never seen anything quite like this. My initial testing confirms that its principal element is an aerosolized neurotoxin, but it's not dispersing within the chamber. There must be a singularly peculiar pressure system that is localizing the release of the gas and preventing dispersion. That's actually rather fortunate, as initial calculations indicate this neurotoxin is one of extreme potency. I'll have to suppress all record of it in my reports, or else I'm sure the center will have some military nutcases stomping down here post-haste to exploit it for combat purposes.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I've managed to isolate and store a small sample of the gas. Back in my laboratory, I'll be able to plug it into my SuperChem bot and do a full analysis of its composition. That device is a marvel of modern technology. It's automated to the point where even someone without training can operate it smoothly. It makes me a little concerned for my job safety.
Without capitalism, automation would be wondrous. Oh, yep, I see the toxic gas.
What's this? Ahead of you is a swirling cloud of gas that looks rather dangerous. It is doubtful you will survive if you continue in this direction without suitable protection. Your scientific knowledge facilitates the construction of the hypothesis that even traditional shielding won't protect you. You'll likely need some sort of undocumented protection to safely enter the fumes.
Yeah, I'm not going that way. But hey, maybe I can get into the biologist's house and make something that'll let me pass through. I'm gonna get out of here for now, but I'm definitely gonna have to stop by that house soon. Oh, alright, it's daytime. Alright, well, I finally got the key to the biologist's house. Better go head back there and check it out. Better be careful around the swamp. Gotta keep an eye out for locals. look, a bridge. Actually survived the war. Looks nice. Oh, some fishing poles and medical supplies. Oh shit, better run. Locals are coming back. Oh, fuck. This must be an ambush. I'm lucky they can't see me. Oh, fuck, okay. Got past that ambush. Oh shit, what's happening over there? Ah, the locals are fighting some ghouls. Well, I guess they'll take care of them. Oh, this is another one of those excavation sites. Better get in there. Yep, there's another one of those samples.
Caroline Saunders speaking, Principal Geological Chemist on Bish National Gas Survey MD 16001. Preliminary results from sample site 2 are promising. We're posting similar concentrations as in the first site. Similar biogas makeup here as well, including a few organic compounds that I'm not familiar with. We've also discovered heavy lye residue in a naturally formed chamber at this excavation site. Lucky we were wearing caustics gear to begin with, or somebody might have suffered some serious chemical burns. I'd like to analyze the site further, see if there's any connection between these compounds and the lye deposits. My tech is telling me he needs a couple of hours to work on our ventilator unit. I suppose I'll move on to Site 3 in the meantime. Further analysis is for my own curiosity anyway. This is my authorization signature on sample Site 2.
Oh no, this must be her tech and maybe one of the interns or something. It sounds like Roach was killing anyone she left behind. Probably because she started to notice the lye deposits. I think lye isn't found in nature, and it would have given away that this is an artificial burial ground. Alright, one more site left to go. I doubt anyone would have found the bodies down there anyway. Alright, better head to the biologist's house. Oh, that last site is right next to that house. I better check it out before I go there. The last site should be right over here. Oh shit, ghouls. Better take care of them. Oh no, that's a reaver. Fuck. This is gonna be difficult. Oh shit, better take out the laser pistol. Alright, I got one of them. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Time for drugs. Turbo. Okay, I got the goals. Put her head down now. This is the last site. Oh no, that must be Caroline. Oh fuck, this radiation's getting to me.
What in the world have we tapped into? Sample Site 3 is showing biogas concentration off the charts. Wetland substratum is surprisingly dense limestone at all excavation sites, and we've had no trouble locating naturally formed chambers. This and the dense calcite formation suggest that subterranean water flow has eroded a vast network of caves and grottos throughout the region. Mapping these will be a monumental effort and necessary to fully uncover the bounty of natural gas resources captured down here. What I don't understand is the amount of lye residue we're encountering. I'm going to try and touch base with some of my academic contacts and see if we can find any precedent for it. We'll have plenty of time to work that out, though. I've no doubt Bish will want to set up shop here and drill their little hearts out. This is Principal Geological Chemist Caroline Saunders for Bish National Gas Survey MD 16001. Consider this my authorization signature on Sample Site 3. Far as I'm concerned, this is a prime location for biogas harvesting and a treasure trove for some field research.
Oh no. She said she was gonna reach out to academic contacts about the lie. Roach must have killed her for it, even though she was going to approve their drilling. They must have been fearful that her contacts would tell someone in the government. Alright, I'll have to go back to that ship and enter in these authorizations. I'm sorry, Caroline, you deserved better. I'm gonna look around in this area for a bit, see if there's anything else I can find. What's that over there? Ooh, Punga. Can never have too much Punga. Oh, it's a Yao Guai with a giant ball? I haven't seen any Yao Guai here in Point Lookout. I don't think they're native to the region. Wait a minute. The ball? Only one bear? Is this Ruska from the posters?
We'll be at Point Lookout in no time.
Alright, should just take a few weeks, right? I'll settle in. What is the lifespan of a Yao Guai? Is that even possible? I mean, ghouls live a long time, so I guess so. It's also possible it's a descendant or something. Oh, it has killed a lot of swamp folk. But I mean, guess she has to eat. I'm going to leave before she tries to eat me. Alright, there's the house. finally have the key to get inside. Had to travel across this whole area just to get it. Alright, I'll have to try to find his notes on the Scorpions and see if there's anything that can protect me from that gas. Oh, here's some letters.
Initial analysis of the neurotoxin has revealed some startling data. Traditional neurotoxins impact organisms by affecting voltage-dependent ionic channels, namely the sodium, potassium, or calcium channels. The gas I discovered in the Scorpion Cave appears to affect all three simultaneously. It's also highly stable. I only minored in chemistry, but the thought of a metalloproteinase with the potential to block cell sodium channels and depolarize muscle fibers is enough to, my God, there's no vertebrate that could live following exposure to this toxin. The discovery of the most potent neurotoxin ever, and the implications of its discovery bearing its dark shadow on this land, has put me in a bit of a pedantic mood. In analyzing this data, I am imagining a world rampant with flared tempers, world leaders swimming in hate, emotions at a boiling point. This requires no imagination on my part. We are already there. The scheming communists, the violent, chest-thumping United States of America, the failing, flailing British Empire, the long dark shadow of Japan clawing its way out of its ravaged past, bristling for revenge for the transgressions visited upon its people and its land, all of these bearing seeds seasoned with anger, ready to burst. A persistent aerosolized strain of this Punga poison is not the thing of mad science. With but a few weeks of dedicated research from chemists more skilled than I, the possibility would be made manifest. Death readily synthesized from this fruit and stored using common containment techniques. Assuming this neurotoxin was developed to its full capacity, there would be leaks. There would be deals bartered under dangerous skies with bags full of cash and glinting weapons, and Death's hand resting in a small bottle within an expensive briefcase. Death's face, Death's breath. Tempers flare, diplomacy breaks down, the button is pressed. It is not so much a bang as a whoosh. The expelling of the toxin requires no grandiose introduction, no mushroom cloud, no heavy stomp of jackboot on cobbled stone. Within days, extermination of the major population centers occur. Rampant looting, rioting, murder gangs forming amongst those fortunate enough to escape the initial gas release vectors. Within weeks, the persistent aerosolized poison enters the waterways and settles in the primary wind currents. Within months, the vast majority of the human population is so many rotting corpses under the baking sun from the play of the wind and the contamination of the water supplies. Within years, the persistent toxin invades the weakening, rubberized seals of the underground containment vaults. Within decades, octopus, dragonfly, crab, worm, these are the world's new masters. May they not repeat our mistakes. I doubt any military types made it past that rambling rant, so I've buried some useful information here in case any of my colleagues run across this document. I have discovered the materials necessary to synthesize the antitoxin to neutralize the effects of the Punga gas. To reduce the chance of it being misused, I have spread the information across 3 of my notes. The 6th word from the start of each note that begins with research entry will reveal the components. Assume that each clue word also has Punga somewhere in its name as well. Godspeed.
I mean, at least he's very realistic, because yeah, that's exactly what would happen if they used this neurotoxin. I don't care for his depiction of communists or rioting, but at least he knew enough to be scared of the world governments. It's interesting to hear about Britain and Japan. Apparently Japan was trying to be fascist again like it was in World War II. The fact that this guy didn't release his research is probably the only reason that gas wasn't used. He saved so many lives. I gotta figure out that anti-toxin though. Gotta find the rest of the research notes.
A Sand County Almanac. by Aldo Leopold.
You must have read a lot. Oh, you know what? I should make one of the Punga recipes. You know what? I'm going to use some water, wild Punga, and vodka to make a smoothie. Oh, shit. Well, I think that worked.
Oh my, a Punga smoothie! Make sure not to operate any heavy machinery after partaking of this fine-spirited beverage.
Oh, yummy. I'll save it for later. Oh, that's one of the scorpions. That looks kinda different, though. Is that from when before scorpions were big? Oh, his terminal. He said he kept his research notes on here.
Rochester Center Terminal OS 1.4.2.
Who buys a Rochester OS instead of a Robco one?
Punga Fruit strains. Punga Fruit. Phenotypically palmaceous, though the punga does not belong to the family Rosacea. The fruit appears to possess characteristics of both apples and pears. Ripe fruits exhibit high concentrations of vitamin A, vitamin C, and potassium. There are also several undocumented protein chains that will require analysis at the center with a fully equipped laboratory.
Oh, Rochester Center is where he worked.
Poisonous punga fruit. A strain that appears in approximately 15% of the population. These fruits contain a trace amount of a potent neurotoxin that is capable of killing or incapacitating higher vertebrates within minutes. The toxin acts across all three known voltage-dependent ion channels, making naturally occurring resistance to the toxin highly unlikely. Mutated punga fruit. A strain that appears in approximately 10% of the population. It is host to numerous undocumented proteins and unusual combinations of amino acids. As with the poisonous punga, analysis at a fully equipped laboratory is necessary to obtain a full-spectrum compositional report.
Oh, so the mutated Punga fruit predates the war. That's good to know. I guess Punga wasn't particularly affected by radiation.
Symbiosis report. After many weeks, I've determined the nature of the symbiotic relationship between the punga plant and the punga scorpion. Shortly after birth, punga scorpions seek out punga plants. Once they've located one, they burrow inside of a fruit, taking shelter in the center. The rapid growth of the fruits cause the punga plant to quickly seal the entry point, trapping the scorpion inside. The acidic juices and proteins of the punga fruit partially dissolve the exoskeleton of the scorpion. The proteins will infiltrate the weakened carapace and become incorporated into the molecules of the exoskeleton. The juice also enters the scorpion's body, altering the composition of its venom gland to produce a much deadlier venom. After approximately 10 days, the punga scorpion's exoskeleton has rehardened, but with significant improvements. Instead of a brittle carapace that must be shed through molting, the new exoskeleton is malleable and capable of stretching to accommodate the scorpion as it grows. This is an astonishing advantage for the scorpion. It conserves considerable energy not having to molt and regenerate its exoskeleton, and does not have the soft shell vulnerable period after a molt. This process at least partially explains how the scorpions are able to grow much larger than other scorpion species. The modification of the scorpion's physiology also seems to instill in the scorpions a strong desire to protect and propagate the pungas, in the same way that horsehair worms are capable of adjusting the behavior of crickets. Perhaps the punga is adjusting the scorpion's brain chemistry. There is so much more to be done. A 6-month allotment will not be enough to satisfy all project goals. I'm going to request that the center extend my contract to a full year.
Oh, that's really interesting. It's almost kind of like a symbiotic metamorphosis.
Personal notes. I was initially reluctant to accept the long-term contract to research the Punga Scorpion in this area, but I've since grown fond of Point Lookout. I've grew tired of the shabby motel room and soon longed for a more spacious and well-furnished accommodations to carry out my research. I found exactly what I was looking for, a small, tidy lake house some distance away from the coast. Property values here are severely depressed, so I was able to lease the house for a song. That reminds me, I believe I left my favorite pen at the loan officer's desk when I was completing the financial arrangements. I'll need to drop by and retrieve it sometime. The locals are the only fly in the ointment so far. It appears that the swamp folk are frequently distrustful of outsiders. While none have attempted any aggressive acts towards me, I've noticed their stares on occasion when traveling to the cave. Perhaps once I've been here for a while, their suspicion will fade, and I can attempt to cultivate a few new acquaintances. I'm sure they have some interesting stories to tell about the history of this area. Speaking of the swamp folk, I just realized something. I've not noticed any females. No little girls, no women. I imagine that they are extremely traditional in their value systems. Perhaps they believe that the women should be tending the house, taking care of the children, etc. If I do manage to form a friendship with any of them, I'll have to make some inquiries. The local cuisine certainly has a unique flair as well. I never thought I would experience the subtle intermingling flavors of fried swamp toad and pickled marsh buzzard gizzard, but that's what I had for lunch earlier today. Speaking of lunch, I also met a nice young man named Quincy. He's setting up a doctor's office here. We had lunch together, and I've invited him over tomorrow to see my place. It will be nice to have some academic companionship during my stay here. My stomach is already giving me hints that my culinary experimentation may have been a mistake. Better cut this entry short.
You know, that's a good point. The only female swamp folk I've seen is Marguerite. Shit. If they're descended from xenophobic types, they must be extremely patriarchal and traditional. That's unfortunate. And just really sexist. I feel really sorry for the women. They apparently do it to this day. If anything, this makes me question my decision not to kill them, but I might as well maintain it. Maybe I could try to find more women. I wonder if their mutations have something to do with it. It could make it less likely for women to be born. Some animal species have variability in between the sexes. Oh, that must be his equipment? Oh, there's a note here. Maybe it'll explain how to use it.
Congratulations on your purchase of an advanced Super Chembot chemical construction engine. With its all-new, easy-to-use interface, you'll be on your way to synthesizing important chemical compounds in no time. For a basic synthesis, simply place the needed materials into the component bin and press the switch. Super Chembot does the rest. Once the construction process is finished, you can retrieve synthesized items from the components bin. And that's not all. With its revolutionary construction engine co-opted on license from Tiger Manufacturing, the Super Chembot has the capability to synthesize other materials as well. Make sure to keep abreast of the latest news so you'll be poised to take advantage of Super Chembot's growing functionality. Businesses everywhere will welcome the introduction of the Super Chembot. Dismiss all of those high-paid chemists and let the interns do the work. You'll recover the cost of Super Chembot within 6 months, or else we'll give you 20% off your purchase of your next Super Chembot. Now that's customer service.
Very shitty customer service. Of course Tiger was behind this. Okay, so I'm looking for the 3 research entry notes. Alright, I found all those at the Punga Scorpion Research Cave. Okay, so the 6th word. Okay, poisonous, and he said Punga too. Mutated, so mutated Punga Fruit. Gas, so Punga gas. I actually think I have all those. Okay, that should do it. Let's see if this works. It did work. Here's the antitoxin. That's great. I guess I'll head back to the cave now that I can explore the rest of it. Alright, let's go. I'm excited to see what else that cave offers. Oh, what is that? Wow, looks just like a giant pile of trash with some money and a mini nuke inside. Okay. This one's locked. Why are there so many safes here? Were people just throwing away money after the war? Sweet, more drugs. Alright, let's move on. Gotta head to that cave. Alright, there's the cave. Ah, better be careful and go around the scorpions. It's fortunate that they aren't very observant. Wouldn't be surprised if they were blind somehow from either mutating after the bombs fell or just living down here so long. Alright, I gotta take the anti-toxin.
Hopefully Ethan's calculations were correct. After consuming the odd-smelling concoction, you feel a most peculiar tingling sensation pass through your body. With luck, perhaps you'll be able to pass through the Tunga fumes in the Punga Scorpion cave without dying a horrible, agonizing death.
Alright, well, I trust the biologist's science. He knew what he was doing. Ugh. Doesn't make the gas any easier to breathe. But I made it. I'm not dying yet. Shit. Corpses? Who are these people? Oh, fuck. It doesn't see me. Doesn't see me. Doesn't see me. Okay, briefcase. Oh no, that guy who was working with the biologist to get ammo for this gun. I guess he never survived the Punga Scorpion Queen.
The new 15mm Tiger Sumatran, it fires a poison-seeded, low-velocity poison slug, highly effective against organic targets. So far, the work today has been a piece of cake. We hauled several tables and some lab equipment into place. The Scorpions are pretty big, but so far they've left us alone. We've mapped the entire cave except for one area. This place gives me the creeps, so I'll be glad when we're done here. A guy named Quincy tagged along with us. He's some sort of doctor fellow that's setting up a clinic. He's not been much help, he's a bit of a lightweight, and doesn't look like he's used to much physical labor. Let's hope his doctoring skills are better than his manual labor skills.
Oh no, that Punga doctor died here too.
Supposedly there's some sort of toxic fumes in the last big room Ethan wants to explore. Couldn't smell anything, but Ethan seemed certain that it was quite dangerous and necessitated the use of special protection. Well, if it makes him happy, I'll go ahead and drink one of his neurotoxin neutralizer concoctions. I saw him drink one, he appeared to suffer no ill effects, so why not? I'm starting to worry that this guy may have a screw loose. Well, that may be a little harsh. He surprised the out of me today with some information. He plugged in a few variables into the Super Chem Ball last night and came up with a workable schematic for making the 15mm ammunition I needed. It sounds a little far-fetched, but the printout he showed me seems to be legitimate. Apparently, combining 20 rounds of 10mm ammunition with a poisonous Punga Fruit will yield a small amount of 15mm poison-seeded rounds. It sounds almost too good to be true. There might even be a promotion in store for me if I return with a schematic to make this beast of a handgun even more deadly. I'm a little worried about point of impact stopping power. It looks like the weight of the seeded slug will drop the velocity considerably. Ethan apparently had first-hand experience with the neurotoxin and tried to reassure me that the toxic effect would be far more important than the initial stopping power. I guess we'll see. He also mentioned a surprising find regarding a grenade seeding algorithm that the Super Chem bot spit out, something about a Punga Scorpion gland and a handful of grenades. If I get time later on, I'll look into that as well. He said that the poisonous Punga fruits are rather uncommon, so a bit of bog stomping may be in order to collect a few. I don't mind, I'm already stuck in this miserable marsh, so I might as well take in the sights. Well, we're in the final unmapped part of this cave. I guess next we'll... what's that noise? I'll finish this later.
Oh no, they died here. That's so sad. I guess I can recreate that ammo using a poisonous Punga to substitute for the industrial ingredients.
I need to remember to return the motel room key I found. It was on the beach at the pier. It looks like it opens room 1M. I was tempted to take a peek inside and see if there was anything interesting in there, but that would be a little tough to explain if the renter came back while I was investigating. I'll drop it off at the motel room office when I get the chance.
Oh, I guess that's a new motel room to visit. Nice. Oh no, shit, can see me? I don't know. Fuck, oh shit, I'm gonna have to kill it. I'm sorry. Fuck. Oh, why? Why'd you have to attack me? I'm sorry, I didn't want to disturb your lair. Hopefully in time a new queen will grow. Damn it, I should have been better at sneaking around.
You have felled the Queen Punga Scorpion. Whether or not your decimation of the indigenous fauna is a good thing will be something for the biologists to debate.
Aww.
Regardless, you have a nice lake house you may claim as your own, and a useful Super Chem bot. Step carefully in the marsh. Dark things are coming.
I guess I have to head back to that motel and check out that room.